Hey there, friends and enemies, JoPaWrites here again, and today I want to check out the brand new exotic armor previews we got for each class coming with Destiny 2 The Final Shape, and I'm excited about all of these for different reasons, and I just want to say I've seen some folks already saying that they're underwhelming, we don't know how good they're going to be, they're not going to be meta, etc., and I think it's a bit premature. We didn't think that Strand Titan would dominate in PvE all the way from Lightfall through the Final Shape. It has been the best subclass on Titan pretty much the entirety of the time from one expansion to the next. So there's a lot of times where we see these things and we try to build craft, theory craft, talk about where they'll be good. But there are some unknowns. How strong it is, how much damage they do, how much you can proc it. Sometimes they look like it's a single use, and you might be able to have other interesting elements where you can proc it more than once at a time for some reason. So I think there's a lot that remains to be seen. So let's watch the videos, give some initial impressions, and then we'll give our final thoughts once we get hands-on with these. Anyway, starting with the Gifted Conviction Hunter Exotic Chest Armor. Looks alright. Those flyers are going to be so annoying. I have a strong feeling. Arc aspects create bouncing explosives. So it pops out when they use their super there. I don't know if the super will be the only time that you can use something like this. So that's going to be very interesting to find out. I do think that the damage looks pretty nice. I would imagine it'll pair with the brand new super coming with the Final Shape, as well as Prismatic, which gives it a lot of functionality there. I just don't know how effective something like that would be when you are using it on top of your super as well. But if you are in a pinch, it might come in really handy. There might be certain situations where it is absolutely insane. And if anything, this is a really unique exotic and something that does something very, very different, which I always enjoy. So this is one that I'm definitely going to be checking out as soon as it does launch, because I think it could be pretty fun, even if it's not wildly powerful. So remains to be seen. I just really like what this is doing here. And the way you can add clear and do DPS at the same time could be really, really nice. And again, there's some functionality for PvP potentially where you pop the teleporting super and then you send out these grenades as well. If you pop it in a stack of enemies, it could go absolutely nuts. Anyway, moving on, let's check out the Warlock video real quick. This is the one that I've seen the most complaints about, but I think it'll be actually pretty strong. I don't even know how to say that, by the way. It looks sick. Okay, uses all three in order to suspend. Arc needles causes suspending detonation. 1, 2, again, 3. If you have to use all 3 charges, that could be questionable. But there might be ways to change that cooldown, to be honest. And we've seen that in the past. So that's where maybe there's an aspect, maybe there's something else that changes it. Overall, I think having a really cool suspend feature like this, something that's different for the Warlock, is good, especially because they did nerf suspend, but if you have a very large radius suspend, if you have something that can spend this many targets at a time, that's actually pretty cool. You're suspending champions as well, obviously, here. So I think there is a lot of potential for this, and I think if I had to guess, this will be the strongest of the 3 potentially in endgame content, especially if we get rebuffs eventually to suspend, or you can use this with Prismatic once again to add an element of suspend with some of those other options that you have. It could absolutely go crazy. Now again, I know how people think with some of these updates and some of the nerfs to suspend, some of the idea that you have to use the 3 different arc needles, but again, I think we're going to have to wait and see before we know for sure how that interaction is going to work. If there's a charge up, if there's a way to increase that charge up to where you can only have to use 2 of the arc needles or something of that nature, again, remains to be seen. I could see this one being very, very strong, or I could see it being a more niche use option, but we'll have to see. I do think this, again, has the most potential in endgame PvE for Destiny 2. Now we're going to get to my favorite class, the Titan. This hazardous propulsion exotic looks insane from the little clip that I saw on Twitter before I wanted to see the whole video, and I can't wait. I'm going to be so excited about this. Okay, the fact that it uses, so class ability fires rockets, right? So the fact that you could use thruster with it is the best part for me personally. Little rocket action. So initially they showed off this thruster right there, and that's the Exodus rockets that I am really excited about, because unless they make these rockets wildly broken, in PvE, this might not be the most useful thing. Now, I will say with Prismatic, if you pair this with a suspending Drenger's Lash aspect, and then you combine it with the rockets, it could kind of go crazy on, say, unstoppable champions, because you're suspending them, so you're stunning them, and you're getting the rockets at them as well. There's a lot of potential there. You combine it with some other options as well. A lot of functionality that could be absolutely insane. However, what I want to do is the Arc Missile Titan, where you can dive bomb with the Ballistic Slam and then thruster away and send out the rockets. So if you do damage with the dive bomb, you will potentially be able to finish people off with the rockets, and that could be absolutely hilarious. That would be my new favorite playstyle if it works. I don't know if that's going to be actually as effective as I believe it will be. It remains to be seen, but that is definitely a potential. A little quick note as well. In some of the gameplay, not this one, but in some of the other gameplay, we did see the return of Better Devils, which I think is really, really cool. It's a weapon that a lot of people love. So having that back as they're reintegrating a lot of these old favorite weapons with the new perks is a fun idea in my opinion. But if I had to rank the 3 exotics right now based on pure fun factor, it would be Titan, Hunter, and then Warlock. If I had to rank them based on how effective I think they're going to be, it would be Warlock, then Titan, then Hunter last. And let me know in the comments down below if you disagree with me. What are you most excited about of these 3? Are there any that are going to be a must add to your arsenal? I'd love to hear from you guys. My name is JoPa. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out tremendously. Shows you want to see more Destiny 2 content. My name is JoPa. Like I said, have a good one. I'll catch you all later.